Hello and welcome back to another episode of FTB Sky Factory 2.5. My name is Twin Minds, and today we're going to open some presents and torment some animals. Sound good? Alright, let's get to it. So first off, opening the presents. I have been collecting fluid cows. Various times my animals will spawn in my little pasture here, and I take a look at them and kill them if I don't need them, and stuff them in a ball if I wanted to keep them for later. So I want to open up and see what I've got, because I remember getting some stuff that I like, but I don't remember what all I got, and these just tell me I've got a fluid cow, so it doesn't really tell me which one is which. So I need to open them up, sort them, and figure them out. So first off, let's just open them up and see what I got. First off, mushroom soup. Alright. Next up, energized glowstone with a funny looking hat. So energized glowstone I do want. That is the liquid form of glowstone, and I need that for some crafting recipes, so I need to have that one. I've got molten alumite. Nice. That is a tinker's metal that makes pretty decent tools, so I can make some good stuff out of that. I don't think it makes too much else though. Yeah, it looks like it is mostly used for tinker's tools itself, and then no other really good crafting recipes for it. So it's pretty limited use. I don't need to get it in mass quantities, so I might just grab what I need out of them and then get rid of it, because I don't need it for much more. Let's see what else we got here. Molten nickel is always good. Bronze, that is an alloy, so I don't have to smelt up bronze anymore. Copper, also good. Molten obsidian, interesting, liquid form of obsidian. Can I turn that into obsidian blocks? So molten obsidian is this liquid form here, which I can use to make some of the alloys. And that is it. Once it is in molten form, it is practically useless. So I could make more molten alumite, which I don't need, or I can make molten fairy. Fairy is a pretty decent metal as far as making tools is concerned. Looks like it is ardite level with pretty decent mining speed, so I could definitely make some tools out of this, but doesn't seem to have much use beyond that. Alright, good to know that obsidian cow is not going to be too terribly useful for me, so I may even get rid of him, because I can make whatever molten obsidian I need from cooking down obsidian. So that cow might be a goner. Liquid death. Huh. Not quite sure what to make of that. Liquid death. This is a Thaumcraft liquid, and there seems to be no crafting recipes involving it, so it is most likely one of Thaumcraft's many hazards that would appear in the world in liquid form. I have no idea if I can use it for anything. Might be useful to get some sort of aspect out of it. Who knows? Who knows? We have some cows attempting to escape through the world. That would be unfortunate. But let's see what else we got. Biodiesel. Okay, that's promising. I could use that cow for making energy. Destabilized redstone. Wonderful. This is the other one that I need plenty of in liquid form. It is just straight up melted down redstone, and it's used in making a lot of different things. So that is a handy one to have. In fact, I have plans for you pretty soon here. I was looking for that one because I need him for my flying process that I'll be doing soon. Both of these, actually. One of them is... yeah, I don't remember which one's which. I'll figure that out later. Alright. So, more presents. Another bronze cow. Copper, bronze, and bronze. I don't need two of you. You're going away now. Sorry, cow. Aluminum. Good. Blazing pyrotheum. Ooh. I don't know how much of you I need, but I do need some of you. Alright, only 4 more cows left to check. Liquid Sunshine. I looked into this one. It has practically 0 use. Like nothing whatsoever. It's just an Ender-IO fluid that did not really get implemented very well, so... oh boy. Molten Enderium. Ooh, that is nice. Please don't jump off into the death. I don't want you to do that. That would be bad. Another Liquid Sunshine. Bye-bye. And last one. Molten Mana Infused Metal. I don't know if that has very much use. Mana Infused. This is one of the things that were introduced by Tinkers. Or, sorry, by Thermal in 1.7.10, but did not really have too terribly much use to it. Looks like it's got Ardite and decent mining speed, but otherwise doesn't have much in the way of usefulness. So I might not need that one. But, for right now, let me... I'm not quite sure how I'm going to sort these out, but I do need to recapture some of them. At least the ones I'm most concerned about. That Enderium one, for example, is going to be very important to me. Enderium. I do not know how I'm going to keep track of all of you. Liquid Death. I'll keep him around for now, but he's probably going to go away. Alright, those are the only ones I'm really most useful or concerned about right now. So I've opened my presents, and now I have a pasture full of cows. I will deal with them in a little bit, but for right now they can just wander free, and hopefully not end up in the void. We'll see. They are few and far between. This is a lot of AFK work to get those 20-something cows. So I hope they don't die, but it's not going to be a huge loss if they go. So, let me figure out what my plans are for these guys, and then I will gather some more stuff and be back in a bit. Alright, so on to the next part of the plan. First things first, I will need some drums. I need 3 of them, I believe. Like so. Alright, so 3 drums. And I need some ranchers. So ranchers are the automated method of milking cows, which is what we need to do here. I will start with... let's just start with 3 of them for now. I always make more. So 3 ranchers, and then I need some stuff. Fluid conduits. And I will need energy, which I will probably need to make more of. Not much more, but that'll do for now. And then I need a place to put it all. Do I have everything I need? I do. Alright, so I'm not sure exactly where I want this, so I made this little extra space out here, which was previously empty. Mainly because I needed something that was close to power and close to the network. So I'm going to put all the cow stuff right here, and hopefully I don't have to move it, because it's not too terribly fun to move them. So if I take my rancher and my precision sledgehammer, if I put a rancher down like so, and I look at it with the hammer, it shows me what its area of effect is. It has quite the area of effect. So what I need to do is I need to space them out. I don't think that there is a way. No, it doesn't look like there's any mods here. It would be handy if I could just put them in a 1x1 space, but because of this space requirement, it is 5x5, I believe. I don't want one rancher to be hitting 2 different types of cows, because that will clog up the rancher with different types of fluids that I would then have to deal with. It might be okay, but I don't know if I want to have to deal with that. So, you know, we could test that. We could test to see if it is okay. I also want to see if the rancher can move up a block. So let's do that. Let's move a rancher up a block. And look at that. Okay, so if you see those overlapping, it does look like a rancher up a block will go down to the ground there. So that's actually a good thing, because these fluid conduits don't do well with gravity. So let's do that. Let's take that, and pop that there, that, and that. So if I do this right, which will not work with these fluid conduits, I don't believe. I do not believe. Because these fluid conduits can only tackle one type of liquid at a time. And I believe once they're coated, I guess, internally with one type of liquid, they don't do well with others. So we have an alternative of these ender fluid conduits, which are probably my best bet. So I know I'm missing fused quartz, and I know I just used the last of my conduit binder. So let me go cook up a couple of those things, and I'll be back. Alright, let's see how this goes, shall we? I have not tested this before, so here's hoping. Alright, so what I do need to do is make a little bit of a space. You can go. I don't think I want too terribly much space, but looks like they get some, so that's fine. I'm sure the cows will appreciate that. And then I need to put some cows in. And these three are the ones I want to work with right now. So destabilize redstone. And then the one I can't read from here, which is the glowstone. And then the blazing pyrotheum. So now I need to give this thing some energy. So what the reason I'm doing this like so is that I want these drums to not fill up with the same type of liquids. I hope it doesn't do it, but we will see. It should be able to do one of each, and it should be smart enough to do that, but we will see. So let's grab some energy from over here. So you have energy and you have done work. So it has put the energized glowstone into this drum. You can see one bucket of it. And now you can see that the idle ticker is going. So it is now stuffed. There isn't an easy way to see that it is stuffed, unless it's only doing one cow at a time. Hard to say for sure. But if I put another one over here, well, looks like it's only doing one cow at a time. So I wonder when it's going to trigger the next one. Nothing. One bucket. Why are you not doing the thing, Rancher? Can you only work on one type of cow? It is entirely possible. Why you no do the thing? Alright. I'm going to leave that be, and I will come back and check on that later. So the next step in my not-so-evil, probably evil plan is the ingots, or rather the metal cows. These are the ones that do not have a block form, so these are going to be liquid form only. The other ones are going to be in ingot form, or probably block form instead. So I need to make another enclosure, and it needs to be far enough away. So this is 2 away. So 1, 2, and the third one can go here. Do I want it up a spot? I probably do. So up a spot like so. And then if I do another one, it's got to be all the way over here. So 1, 2, and here. Which I will just put right on top of the torch. So if I make enclosures for them, these ones do not need to be very big enclosures because it's just going to be like 1 cow for each. Ooh, interesting. Had a little bit of a freeze up there. Alright, so 1 cow in each of these pens. We know which one I want first. I don't know what I want for the second one. I did name it Enderium, so I knew for sure which one it was. The rest of these, I don't even know which one is which because I put them back in there. That one, sure. Let's go with that one. Ooh, that's hazardous. There we go. Alright, so Enderium can go right in here. And you are going to be stuck in that little spot forever and ever. And you are copper. Sure, copper's good. Alright, so the next thing that I will need is a casting basin. Because we are going to be pouring the blocks straight out into one of these buggers, just like I do out of here. I could do it in ingot form, but it pours out a heck of a lot faster in block form, so let's do that. I will need 2 of them to start off. And this one can just use my regular old fluid conduits because I don't need to deal with multiple liquids. In case I didn't explain, which I may or may not have, oh man, we got this problem here. Got 200 in here and 800 in here. That's what I was afraid was going to happen. That's why I wanted to handle them one at a time. Let's see, can we deal with that? We're going to have to deal with that this method. Like so. Extract. And it just got the blazing pyrotheum that was backed up in there. So that's fine. So this can just come right back over to here. There. Now I've got my 3 different barrels. And they will just fill up over time. I already got 2 buckets in here. Wonderful. Wonderful. So these Ender fluid conduits transport a bucket at a time. And it can handle multiple liquids in the same pipe. Whereas these ones, once they get painted, they stay that way forever. So that, we'll do that. Extract like so. And this one will go here. And extract like so. Now I need to give them energy. I don't think I have enough conduits here. And it's not going to be too great if I run it back from the ceiling, so let's do it this way. See how it gets painted the right color? And once that liquid empties out of there, it stays that color. So it pretty much is stuck with the molten Enderium for the foreseeable future, and I don't think there's an automated way to clear that out. Unless it does that on its own. Interesting. That's a change from last time I used these conduits then, so that's fine. This did not do a full block. So the liquids are typically measured in millibuckets, and 1,000 millibuckets is a bucket. The blocks, however, are measured in 1296 millibuckets, which is 9 times 144, which is, I don't know, maybe an arbitrary number that Tinkers picked at some point to equal an ingot. Who knows? But 144 for an ingot and 1296 for a block. So it actually is going to take 2 milkings, I guess, of this cow to make a block and then some. So it'll take a little bit to get another thing out of that. And I need more conduits, which I am running very slim on the stack or so of that metal that I cooked up. I have enough for a little bit more, which is a good thing. Oops, missed that. That is all I have left of these conduits. So I'm going to have to cook up some more. It's actually not too bad. It just takes a lot of time. It is gold plus glowstone plus redstone to make the next tier of ingot, and then smelt it up again with some ender pearls. So it just takes a lot of time to do that multiple smelting process. Not a huge deal, but I like to do that stuff off camera because it just takes forever. Alright, so now we've got the copper coming in here. Now the step after that then is going to be to take the blocks out of here and put them somewhere. I would like for them to go back up into the wall there, but I might need to do it a different method because there's going to be a lot of blocks coming out of these things. Doesn't look like it at much first, but let them sit for long periods of time like I tend to do AFK here, there will be a lot of blocks to deal with. It's not a huge deal if they fill up whatever storage method I put on the wall and then stop. And in fact, that might be what I end up doing, but it's going to take a little bit of time to set that up and to get all the wiring done, because I don't think I have any more of those item conduits either. But let's see here. I have 10. It's not much, but it is some. I do not have a drawer for Enderium, though. So we could get one of those made up. I do have my drawer for copper, which is right there. I only have a stack and some so far. My main concern about what's probably going to end up happening over time is this drawer is going to fill up, probably with the assistance of the cow. Once it fills up, this thing is going to start backstuffing with copper as it gets processed into this chest and can't get pulled into there because there's nowhere to put it. So that's a long-term problem. Not sure I'm going to have that problem anytime soon, but it could happen. I'm not quite sure how I will tackle that yet. It'll come eventually. So let me make a drawer for the Enderium. Oops, I want drawer instead of Enderium. And I will make an oak drawer. And then I will make some pistons. And then my compacting drawer. Now, what I typically will end up having to do is set the drawer first. So I've got my block, so let me pull out my block here. I have to plop the drawer down, put the block in, and then lock it with the key. Then get the thing that I wasn't prepared to do. And you are dolly here. I need to take my dolly and lift it up, and then put it on the wall. So now that I've got my Enderium cooking, I am very close to being able to do my jetpack, which makes me very happy. That is a terrible placement. All of my stuff is all over the darn place, but that's okay. That is okay. I've got a block of Enderium, so I don't care. The jetpacks are very expensive. So we have these jet plates, which are kind of my ultimate goal. Flux infused jet plate and dark solarium jet plate are basically identical. 60 million RF. They have the same energy usage. They have the same flight speeds and everything. The main difference is that the flux infused jet plate uses primarily redstone arsenal stuff, as well as thermal foundation materials, including these flux capacitors and all that stuff, whereas the dark solarium primarily uses Ender IO stuff, like these flight control units with the soul vial and the bat and stuff. So I don't particularly like catching bats in soul vials. So these flight control units tend to be pretty scary. Otherwise, these ones are pretty easy to take care of. Not too terribly expensive. Some emeralds, some of these energy conduits that I love so much, etc. These ones are a little bit on the pricier side to make, mainly because the Enderium is usually a pain to cook up, but I've got that tackled, no problem. And now that I've got that Enderium cow, which actually pleases me greatly, I should be able to make this one pretty easily. So, I think I will do that in the next episode after I get some Enderium cooked up. And then I will get to flying and do some other stuff that have been held back because I couldn't fly. So, now that I've got my cows in the pens and being tormented lovely, I will end this episode here. And I'll probably throw a few more cows in a pen. And then, yeah, get more materials, get stuff going. I know that the cows are one of the things in the book. I don't quite remember what the thing is related to the cows, but it is a thing related to the cows. Something about milking them for stuff, but I don't remember exactly what. But I know I'm not there yet, so I'm not going to bother going to check it off. So, until next time, when I get to fly, I will see ya.